Hawaiian flight. We just made it through. So we've just landed and Shinny and Lynn are picking up the rental car, but man, keeping on the mask the whole time was really hard, and man, it's so humid here. My keens, I feel like my feet are sweating. I'm wearing jeans, but that's okay. Right now, our first stop on our food tour is Tin Roof. Alrighty, so here are our 4 food options. Starting with on the right, we have the Saiminbo. That's how you say it. Then we've got the Mochiko chicken. Then we've got the chopstick. And then we've got the pork belly, which you can see the pork belly looks like it's got a salsa of some sorts. And then they all come with like a little bit of salad and rice. And this one also comes with a hard-boiled egg. So does the sign-in. So we just finished up our first meal here in Hawaii, and now we're at Costco. Picked up my soda, and then now we're inside the Costco looking at all of their outdoor stuff, which is crazy that they still have so many when all of the other Costco's in the Bay Area, it's all gone. Look at all these options. They've got garlic shrimp poke for $10 a pound. Fresh shoyu poke for $19.99 a pound. They have the spicy ahi poke, but that one's also at the other ones. And then ahi wasabi poke is also at the other ones. Lots of other selection as well. Now we're here to pick up some beverages to take out on our picnics. There's this one. Then there's a different variety pack that you could get that has strawberry, guava, LiQWD, and then some orange Fuji apple. Then there's another one on this other side that has strawberry orange, guava nectar, passion orange, and pineapple orange. So I guess it's an orange pack. Alrighty, so we have now made it to our Airbnb, and right now we're going to be walking across the street to get some nice sunset views. I brought my picnic blanket, which I brought on the plane, and now I'm just really ready to enjoy the sunset. So right now it's 6:07, which would mean it's already 8:07 back at home. So it's really nice that it's still so nice and bright outside. Like, look at all this foliage. It's beautiful. Okay, so now we've made it to the beach in less than like 5-minute walk. Most of the time we're just waiting for the cars to take a break so we could cross the street. And we're here to watch the sunset. So I will get a time lapse of the sunset and see how that goes. Alrighty, it is nighttime. We already finished our dinner, which was Costco poke, and now we're at Foodland to just check out some groceries that they've got and just walk around while we're still here because we're still not tired and it's only 7:41. For a lot of the prices here, it seems like you really need the membership card, because who wants to be paying that price when you can save money? But also just creating a membership card is free, so kind of just makes sense that you would create one, or else you'd be paying these ridiculous prices. And it seems like 90% of the store is like got these yellow tags anyway. Good morning, folks. Today is day 2 of our adventure here in Hawaii, and today, right now, it is already 3:30 a.m., which wasn't too bad waking up because it's considering it's already like 5:30 back at home. And we're going to go catch the sunrise at Haleakala, so that's why we had to wake up so early. So right now we're gonna get packed up and ready to head out the door to start our drive over. Alrighty, it is so windy right now. We're just standing outside Haleakala enjoying the views, but man, it is cold and it's so dark out here. That's why I have my headlamp in order to shine some light on us. If you can even hear. Super nice thing about this place is that the stars are so visible. I don't think I've ever seen the stars this clear, which makes sense because the whole area is just surrounded by the sea. But it took us about an hour and 20 minutes to get up here, which isn't too bad from Kihei. The drive was okay. I wasn't the one driving, so it was okay. You do have to get a sunrise reservation though in order to be able to come in, and then if you have a national parks pass, that is great because then you can get in by just showing them the admission fee or the $30 park fee, but if you go to the national parks 3 times, the national park pass pays for itself. So now I'm going to show you guys some footage later on when the sun rises, the time lapse. Now we're on our way over to the visitor center, but I don't think they're open because that explains why there's like nobody else in the parking lot. So sad. The place is actually closed. I was hoping there would be like a bookstore or something because I've been dying to collect my pressed penny, but because they're closed, it doesn't look like I can get one. Right now we're about to leave the park and we had to stop by again at the entrance. Right there is the pay booth for the national park, but we had to come back in order to get a photo. Now we are in Makawao, which is a small historic town, and we've decided to stop along the way because the Shaka guide had recommended it. We're gonna explore the rest of the little town first before we grab breakfast or brunch because it's 9:14, but we've been having a couple of snacks along the way. Actually, before we leave, we're stopping by the Komoda store to grab some donuts on a stick. Those are some of the restrictions that they've got. So you can see the prices. There. Just picked up our donuts on a stick from Komoda's and then a Long John with the vanilla custard. I'm gonna quickly try each one and give you guys a quick rating. So this is what it looks like. It's just a sugar glazed donut. Oh, the sugar crystals do fall and make it slide. It is a very dense donut though. It's not as airy as you would think, but very good still. Interesting concept to have it on a stick, which makes sense because there's already a hole, so might as well utilize the hole to carry all the donuts. Very good. So this one was from the one in the little casing, but there are other ones that you can buy in the bags so that you can buy them to go. And then here we've got our Long John, which is got some vanilla custard inside, so you can see from there it's got a vanilla custard. Oh, and there's powder as well, some sprinkled sugar powder. I'll just take one bite of this one just to give you guys a view. I really like this one because it feels like it's a deep fried with the crispiness of the outside. The custard is a little light, but maybe that's because I'm coming from the sugar glazed donut. Let me give it just the custard a try. It is very good, not too sweet, so I guess that's good if you like items that are not too sweet. Right now we decided to take it a bit easy after this morning, after having woken up so early, and right now we're at Uluwani's Shave Ice in Kihei. So these are the 3 different flavors that we got for our shave ice. One being LiQWD passion fruit as well as mango. Delicious. Alrighty, so the first scoop I'm trying is the LiQWD, which is red. It's a good flavor. Kind of tastes like there's like tahini on it, but it's not spicy. Or like Lucas. It's got some powder on it. And there's also a chicken visiting us today. Then I'm going to be trying the mango, which I believe is the one I have in a minute. Roosters. It's good, not too tart, not too sweet as well. The texture is very soft and flavorful where it seeks into every single little piece of shaved ice, unlike when you get shaved ice at any other place. It's very icy and chunky. And then that was the passion fruit, which actually tastes like passion fruit, so hopefully it means they make their own syrups. But overall, very good. It's around $7.75 for the large, which is what we got. From Uluwani's, we've decided to make a detour to continue all the way down to Lahaina, just to walk around and check it out. Alrighty, so right now we're at Down the Hatch, which is just down those stairs where you come off the main street. You order over there at the counter, and then you just sit down with a number and they bring your drinks to you. And sadly, because of COVID, they come in these plastic cups, but it still looks just as aesthetic. There are a couple of birds here. There's a couple of fish in the little pond. The koi are just swimming laps around us, which is pretty cool about sitting in the middle island where there's a elevator that takes you up to the Wharf Cinema Center. There's a lot of gift shops here, so one of the things I'm really hoping to find is a pressed penny since the visitor center at Haleakala National Park was closed. We will see. Those things are rare to find these days because no one really carries coins around anymore. So these are the 4 drinks that we ended up getting today. This is the Mai Tai. We got 2 pina coladas, and this is the lava flow. And each of these drinks were $5.50 because we're here for happy hour. Right now we're walking through Lahaina. I assume they're downtown, and they've got a lot of mainland stores, I guess you could say. Like there was a Vans, a Volcom. If I had to compare it to any other place in California, I would say it's very similar to like Venice Beach. So we just finished watching the sunset at Lahaina Shore, and right now we're about to walk over to Paia to get some dinner. Just ordered our 3 meals here at Paia Fish Market. The 3 different meals that we got was fish tacos, which apparently that one you can switch out the meat for, so we got the snapper for that. Then we got fish and chips, which they do not let you switch out the meat for, not the meat, the fish for. So we had to get the mahi-mahi fish and chips. And then we also were trying to get the blackened opa fish with Cajun rice, but they did not have opa today. So we swapped the opa out for blackened ahi instead. So let's see how it comes. And we got all 3 different sides. So we got the rice, French fries, as well as the home potatoes to see how each 3 of them taste. And we're sitting outside on the dining table next to the Banyan Park right there. Alrighty, next up I'm taking a bite out of the fish and chips, which is the mahi-mahi, because they would not let us switch out the fish with the snapper. So we're gonna take a bite of it normal. It's very juicy, so that's good. Not dry. Not a lot of flavor though, so you have to definitely dip it in the tartar sauce, I feel. Much better with the tartar sauce for sure. Then this one is the one that we got with our shoestring French fries. Typical French fries, I would say. They almost kind of remind me of McDonald's French fries. I don't know why. Probably because of the cut and then the saltiness of them. Seems like they're also engineered the same way. The flavor is a little less oily, I would say. Alrighty, last up, we've got our blackened ahi, which is a tuna, and you can see, for some reason I assumed that would be cooked all the way, but it's like poke, but it's just charred on the outside. It's very interesting. Yeah, I would say it's like a steak rub on fish, which is okay, mainly because it's a little salty. I do like the tuna. I don't think I like the rub though, but that's just personal preference. And then I'm gonna take a bite out of this Cajun rice. Rice is a little undercooked, but it's probably how it's meant to be cooked. The Cajun flavor is good because it's a little bit of a kick. Good spice and flavor. Probably add Tabasco to this rice. Welcome to our 3rd day here in Hawaii. Right now we are about to pack up and head out to do the road to Hana, but we are doing the road to Hana in reverse today. So we have the shaka guide to guide us, and hopefully we'll still see some cool waterfalls and have other cool experiences along the way to show you. Alright, so you might notice that we are in a new vehicle now. So we just picked up this gray 4x4 Jeep Wrangler from the airport. So we also wanted to get an upgraded vehicle because we're going through the reverse road to Hana, and for that you definitely need a 4x4. I wouldn't say definitely, but they say recommend, and so we figured it'd be best to be safe rather than sorry. So we're taking this Jeep out for a joyride. Alrighty, so here's in all its glory the gray 4x4 Jeep Wrangler that we have. We have started the road to Hana tour on our shaka guide, and we are stopping at Sun Yat-sen Park just because we saw it along our drive. We're here to have a couple of snacks because we realized Bradas is like 2 hours away all the way in Hana, so gotta fuel up a little bit more before we continue down our path, because I'm pretty sure it'll take a little bit longer than 2 hours due to all of the other stops that we'll be making along the way. Alrighty, so now it's already 11:44, so we're not gonna be making it to Bradas anytime soon, but right now we are stopping by the side where it's to see the gulch. So it's basically where all of the lava has flown from Haleakala, and it's created this path on its way down to the ocean. We're skipping the rest of the attractions along the way And we picked up some items, so we've got to make sure we make a donation because you have to donate. But they've got a wide variety of selections here. Oh, now we've made it to Brada's Hut's Barbecue Grill. They apparently accept Bitcoin. We were just sitting at our table waiting for the food to come, and this little feline has come to join us. Hi! Wow, so skinny, so soft. The hair is so short.
I already wiped my hands.
So this is our first dish that is done, and it is the kalua pork with a scoop of rice, macaroni salad, and some coleslaw that's mixed in with the barbecue sauce. Our other two dishes have arrived. This one is the barbecue pork ribs, and then this is just barbecue pork. So it is exactly the same, but this one's got bones in it. I'm so excited, so hungry. Look at how huge these portions are. So first up, we've got the barbecue pork ribs. Look at how delicious this looks. It smells so good. Hefty portions. So we're gonna go ahead and cut off a piece of the bone first in order to, but it's so juicy, it's just falling apart. To be honest, I'm just gonna go ahead and rip it. Look at how juicy it looks. So nice and sweet, so tender, delicious. You must have some rice though to help balance out the meal. But what's so good is they give you a lot of barbecue sauce, so the rice underneath is still coated. It's got a nice little char, but it's not too charred where it's like gonna give you cancer. Now let's go ahead and try a bite of this macaroni salad. So it looks like typical macaroni salad. But very, very rich. Back at the Onos and L&L's, those macaroni salads feel like they're gonna give you diabetes or high cholesterol, but then this one feels like just enough flavor but not fatty where it's gonna kill you and clog your arteries. Okay, moving on to the second item that we got, which is the barbecue pork. So I assume it to be almost the same thing as the barbecue pork ribs, but without the ribs in it, so it's just barbecue pork. But let's go ahead and take a bite and see. There's a lot of fat in this piece, so maybe I'll go for that one. Okay, so we've got a piece of the barbecue pork here. It's almost like jerky, but not dry. So it has the perfect amount of sweetness. It's very different from the barbecue pork ribs, I would say, just because there's less meat. So it's like thinner slices of meat, but still very, very good. And then moving on to our third item that we've bought, which is the kalua pork, which has that coleslaw that was the very first one to come out. So this one is just like pulled pork with the slaw. And let's go ahead and take a bite. Oh. It's very saucy. They do still give you rice under all of the meat here, but because there's all that sauce from the slaw, it coats all of the rice. So it's better if you get other meat dishes in order to be able to balance out all of the wetness. So if we go ahead and take a bite here, this one has a slightly sweeter flavor to it. Cabbage is the one nice healthy element to it as well, but there are some big slabs of the kalua pork in here. Look at that size. But after having tried all three dishes, to rank them, I would do, first one would be maybe tied, but I would still probably say barbecue pork. Second would be barbecue pork ribs, and third would be the kalua pork. One other nice element is that we got here right on time, right before they closed. So we got here at like 1:45 and they closed at 2 p.m. So we were able to order, and now it's already 2:05. So now we're just gonna be finishing up, but they are closed and we put up a closed wooden board outside. So you were continuing along our shaka guide from having beautiful lunch, and honestly it was one of the best meals I've ever had, especially at Hawaii, but I love barbecue in general. So if you love barbecue, I would definitely recommend trying out. So right now we've stopped by Hana Beach Park, and it's a pretty nice beach. It's kind of like a beach you would see back at home. Very calm. The nice part is that like there's not really that many people here, But then you can hear the birds chirping in those trees back there. You can hear the waves crashing. It's just very calming here, so it's a nice place to relax after a nice meal.